kitchen. I am so happy to finally really be back. Last week was rough. My freezer had went down. I got the stomach bug. My husband got the stomach bug. I was out of work and he was out of work. So it was a very, very stressful week, to say the least. So I am fully back. I am meal prepping. I am going to be training again. So I'm going to be out on the road. So I'm going to make sure I have stuff ready for when I get home. I can just warm it up and have dinner. Same thing with lunches. So right now, I am going to be making a garlic Parmesan chicken and rice dish in my pressure cooker. So I'm going to show you the proper way to cut a chicken breast. A lot of people cut it the wrong way, and I had learned this from an actual butcher. So that was actually great to learn because I was cutting it the wrong way. And so let's get started on this dish, and you're gonna see multiple videos pop up this week because all this meal prepping is going to be getting recorded because I'm cooking it in my pressure cooker, and I'm even going to attempt to make banana bread. So let's get all of this started. I want to cut up this chicken breast into the proper bite-sized pieces because it's kind of like a risotto, but not. I'm not using a barrio rice. So usually when you cut chicken breast into strips, I was always like doot, 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 and just went along. You don't want to do that. You want to go against the grain just like you would for beef. So you just want to look at the grain markings. So it's all going this way. So I'm actually going to cut this way. This is just so we can have nice strips, and it will break down better when you bite into it. So I'm going to continue to cut these up into strips against the grain, and then I'm going to cut these strips actually in half, just so we have bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to continue to cut this, and then we'll pull the pressure cooker up. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to fry up the chicken breast that we've cut up. I'm going to use just about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to turn this on to saute and brown on high. That's all I got left. So I'll put that in there. So once that is melted, I will put the chicken in there and start to brown it. You want to cook it till almost all of the pink is completely gone. So I'm going to let this butter melt, and then I will bring you guys back. So now that the butter is melted, I'm going to add in the cut up chicken. There's nothing better than the smell of browned butter. So this is, I'm going to cook this until you can't see pink, really. So this is going to take probably about 4 to 5 minutes to completely saute this down. I am going to add in a nice pinch of salt and a nice pinch of black pepper. Oops, wrong one. Give that a nice stir. Alright. So when this is all nice and opaque and starting to brown is when we'll add all the other ingredients. Okay, so I can no longer see any pink, so I'm going to add in 2.5 cups of water, 2 cups of heavy cream. Make sure that's all out. I'm also going to use Campbell's cream of chicken soup. This one is cream of chicken with herbs, so it has even more seasoning in it. I don't know. I love cream of whatever soups. I feel like they're very comforting. Remind me of my grandparents and all the casseroles that they used to make. So it's definitely a great memory for me. I think I got all of that out. All right, so I'm gonna give that a gentle stir just because I don't want it flying everywhere. Let me shut the saute part off. Give this a nice mix. Just want to make sure that that cream of chicken soup is nice and incorporated. So I'm going to move this one because this just had water in it. So now I'm going to add in the rice. You want a long grain rice. And I'm going to do 2 cups. Sorry if I'm out of frame. Just have a itty bitty kitchen. One. Oops, just made a mess. Told you, run unscripted. And if you're not making a mess when you're cooking, then you're not really cooking. All right, 2nd cup in. Let me grab the little stragglers that I dropped all over the counter. I think my counters are clean. I'm gonna throw those in there too. Why not? So I'm not going to mix this at all, but I am going to add in some seasoning. Now, I said this was garlic. I usually use fresh garlic for everything. I do not because I want that garlic taste. So I'm going to use a tablespoon, a tablespoon of garlic powder. I use a lot of garlic in this house, hence the huge container. So I'm going to do 1 heaping teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm also going to do an additional teaspoon of salt and pepper. So I'm going to leave this as is, and we're going to lid it up. Make sure that the seal is shut, and I'm going to bring you up front so I can show you what to put on. If you have an Instant Pot, you can do manual pressure high for a crock pot express. I'm going to go to beans and chili, high pressure, and just for 5 minutes, and start. So this is going to take a few minutes to build up to pressure, and then it will cook. Once it beeps at me and says, hey, I'm done cooking, I'm going to do a quick release. So let this bad boy pressure cook away. All right, so this has gone off. I'm actually going to shut it off and do a quick release. This is going to take about a minute or so. So I'm going to let this depressurize, and then we'll open it up and finish everything off. So I heard the valve drop. I just still always say open away from you because there's always going to be excess steam. I'm going to give it a mix. Oh, that's so nice and creamy. All right, so now we're really going to finish it off. So I got a small wedge of Parmesan cheese. I just shredded it myself. I just wanted 2 cups. I take the rinds and I cut them off and I put them in a little baggie and put them in the freezer. So when I make like tomato basil soup, I drop a rind in the soup, or even any other type of soup or stew that you do that you want just this nice salty flavor, cheesy flavor, throw a rind in there. So I got my cheese wedge at Aldi's, which it was super cheap. It was only like $2 or something like that. Well worth it. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of dried parsley. And now we're just gonna give this a nice mix, just so the cheese can get all nice and melted into the dish. It is that simple and that easy. And there are my house alarms again. I just had to bribe my dogs with cookies to make them quiet because our neighbors were walking by. No big deal. They're alertive, that's for sure. All right, so everything seems to be nice and mixed in. And let me just grab a little fork. My fork and spoon. I like this taste to make sure that the rice is well seasoned. That is good. Very, very creamy. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this recipe. It is definitely a comfort food classic with the cream of chicken soup and rice, just nice and thick and rich. This is definitely not diet friendly. So I hope you guys had a great time watching me film this video, and let me know how easy it is for you to use your pressure cooker. And also make sure that you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and give me a share. Also, shoot me a comment to let me know what you want to see cook next in the pressure cooker. Have a good night, guys. Bye.